All right, let's start this again. What's up, guys? Welcome to the pre-EA stream. I missed some of it, so I'm jumping in part way. They showed off their subscription-based service and FIFA, of course, because World Cup, they got to brag about that. But yeah, these are my live reactions to the EA streams, so check them out. Come check them out.
Vince, how you feeling today?
So far, not interested in their subscription-based service. Me and EA don't get along.
PC, right?
They're not very friendly to the gaming community, but hey, I'm still here. I gotta judge their situation and what they're showing off now, so we'll see what happens.
A bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing.
So then why are you here?
Games are kicking ass, but we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so.
So you came to E3 to brag about something that you're still in the process of even naming.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean you
can you hire me somebody more interesting to talk? This is just painful to watch. But I mean, this is why they do it on the weekend, because you did it during the week when Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo were dropping their big name titles. You guys are gonna get overshadowed.
The hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in
Why you
the
gotta call us
timeline,
hardcore
like,
nerds?
between which episodes is it?
I feel like the term nerd has become so derogative now.
Okay, all right, between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean this could just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play?
I'm trying not to be overcritical, but these people are making it easy.
Holiday of next year, 2019, not this
so,
year.
So, sorry to dash any hopes.
No.
You couldn't wait till Game Developers Conference at the end of the year to talk about it, show it off. At least then it's not a year and a half, almost 2 years away.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Vince, it was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today. We do have a little bit more news on
This is
Star
me or
Wars, so
the
I'm
dude
gonna toss it over to
between the
Dennis.
lady and the hat look kind of like that guy from that Miss Congeniality video. Movie, I mean. Really? Really? You're gonna come talk about the game that everyone bashed you for?
Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm really happy and excited to be here today.
Can't wait for this.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little
Can't
bit.
be any worse than Bungie, though.
We launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right.
Ooh,
So
I want to
instead
hear
of coming
this.
out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And thank you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad
So you're
system
gonna have
to the
two
game,
Han Solos into
which
the
will allow
game,
you
the
to
original
team up
and the
much
new kid.
easier and play with your
Same
friends.
thing with Lando. Okay.
We're also adding a new
Interesting.
starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships.
Ooh.
And looking ahead a little bit more,
Still not
we
interested.
will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox
You're saying me the
experience
same footage
focused
twice.
around
Come on.
capturing
You
command
didn't record
posts
long enough footage for this
and
conversation?
attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year we'll be going deep into the Clone Wars.
All right, hitting their target audience, smart.
It's only
That's
fitting
good.
that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce
General
the
Grievous.
most powerful droid.
Because he doesn't have enough memes about him already.
In the galaxy, General
But smart,
Grievous.
that's smart.
And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay. That's right, because
Finally
he's not in
making
the
his
Battlefront
debut in
games.
Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as
there's no
to bring
photo.
balance to the Force.
I guess not.
Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
All you have is a photo of Grievous?
The team at home is extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you.
See, you know, as much as I'm
So thank
critical,
you. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3.
as much
Thanks.
as I'm critical about EA, this was a better I'm sorry, and we're gonna do better apology than Bungie did with the Destiny reveal last week-ish. It was like 3 days ago. Instead of saying, because Unravel 2, and suddenly I'm interested. Oh, the first game was so great. Did the soul just escape his body? No, he's still alive. That's an Unravel 2 reveal. That looked pretty interesting. I like the first game if you like interesting puzzle-type platformers.
It's really good to see you. In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest,
Ooh, a buddy.
you find hope. And you form a new bond. And your spark is rekindled. And it leads you off on an adventure. So welcome to Unravel 2.
All right, all right.
It's a game about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend, but there's always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure.
So does that mean that you don't unravel anymore because you're always stuck
This
with
game,
each other?
It's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now, so I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. He's a producer at Coldwood.
Ooh, Xbox version.
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
So this wasn't prepared.
There we are.
Ooh, going through the developer menu.
So when you're playing it by
Front of the whole
yourself, you
audience.
can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game. And we actually tried to include a bit more of those because we figured that since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wow moments. Places that were like fun and exciting. And then when you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters, because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this.
Yeah, come join me.
So you switch between characters.
Red one.
That's going to be a little bit more convoluted. I've always been not interested in switch character gameplay.
Celebratory
But as a
flip.
co-op game, it looks pretty fun.
And the bird is back. Playing it safely now.
Oops.
I'll swing.
All right.
Oh, so you can swing off your friend. I like that.
There you go.
Whee! Sim time.
Can I swing now?
Okay, you go ahead. So here it goes.
Oh.
Okay, this is the scary part. Let's see if we can do it. Got it?
I don't remember being able to do wall kicks, so that's pretty good.
Oh, faster.
Ooh, that turkey's gonna get you.
Sweet, well done.
Yeah, I remember the game having a dark undertone too, but I guess they're making this
Okay,
seem like this
I'll
is
go
a
up and
dark
distract
game
the
compared to
grass.
the first one.
I'll sneak up here.
He just waves at him.
Okay, your
It's
turn.
pretty good.
Yeah. Look at me.
There you go. Keep him over to the left. Now I'll go.
All right.
I'll pull you up.
There you go.
Now we can breathe again.
Yeah. Finally.
Or can we? So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2,
Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
yeah, I really hope you like it. And before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home, because working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort in so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and thank you. Love you.
Till Queendom come. Till Queendom come. My Queendom come. My Queendom come. The sea waves are my evening gold, and the sun on my head is my crown. I made this Queendom on my own, and all the mountains are my
What up, James? Is he not watching the press conferences? Yeah, these are just the side ones. Monday, Tuesday will be the important ones, because that'll be a full day of stream. We're gonna have Microsoft and Sony for the rest of the day. And then, actually, Microsoft might be tomorrow. I have to look at the schedule. But Tuesday is my important one. 45 minutes of beautiful Nintendo streaming. I can't wait to see what their reveals are. There's a lot of rumors going on. But hey, go EA.
Really strong. These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today.
Whoa.
You heard that right.
That's a
You'll
today
be able to
launch.
take these two Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
Oh my god. How much? How
So
much?
thank you, Martin, and thank you to the team at Coldwood. Back in 2015,
Good
we
announcement.
started
Real
this
good
journey
announcement.
with
So
the
he's running
original
around
program
today.
to
I'm guessing
seek
he's
out
still
those
helping out with getting
creative,
everything ready.
independent developers and bring them into our EA Originals.
I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that. And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I think I did. Anyhow, in March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to
Yeah,
work
I'm
with
probably
independent
gonna pick that
developers
up.
to help them
I really
realize
like
their
the first
dreams.
one, but it depends on the price,
Which leads
or
us
will
to
I
our
wait
next
for a
EA
sale?
Originals title. From a
Because
little
I bought
team in
Unravel
Berlin
1 on
called
a
Show My Game.
swing sale. It was like
When I met
$3,
this team and I saw the
and
game,
then
I
but it was
instantly
totally
drawn
worth the
to how
original
personal
price.
this story
But
was.
I don't know,
It's one that
because that's something if
character
I
is personal
play it,
to
I
the
definitely want to play it co-op.
and it's unlike anything we have ever done.
So.
So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
Thank you, Patrick.
Sea of Solitude.
I still remember
Come on, it's fine. You can
during
talk.
the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick
She's
was,
freaking out.
and that afterwards, like our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
It's all right. Everyone has those nervous jitters when you first do free speech.
We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game.
Please.
When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This
What?
is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think
Oh,
as
so
an
this is a
artist,
personal game. That's cool.
you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art.
But this is not beer.
I'm still amazed
It's a Malta.
how
I'm Hispanic. I love
like
Malta.
the concept seems
It's
to just
delicious.
float out of me like right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is
Nothing but
also why
family
so
good
many
content
people
here.
can instantly
Most of the
connect with the game because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and family see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who wants to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance Some needs to become bigger. Some would be better off a little smaller. But to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
Is this real?
Oh, okay, here we go. It was an interesting concept, but I just wasn't wrapping my head around it.
This world that I live in is empty and cold. The loneliness cuts me and tortures my soul. I'm no child of destiny and no fortune's son. I've just chased you so long now, I'm too weak to run. A new day is here, but nothing is new. Alone in my room, I tremble for you.
Oh. This seems like an interesting game, but I feel like they just... I don't know, the concept was a little jarring, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the
It's
one.
probably, like, great. It's got great storytelling, great potential, but... I don't know, I feel like they just didn't give me that proper explanation that made me want it, but I definitely want to see more about it, which is a good thing.
Game. We're balling. Be ready,
NBA Live?
because we're coming at you with the squad. Say it how you want. Trust the process. Run as one. Call next. Or be the answer. As long as you hold your course. Just remember though, wherever you call home, whatever your fit, or however you ball, you're on my court. I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. And this is my squad.
NBA Live. I figured. I mean, you gotta keep up those games every year. Hopefully they had some good improvements.
My name's Shay Kivlin.
Wow, I haven't seen them use that title in a long time. It's in the game.
Kiv's been going after that belt since 2016. At some point, he's going to need to get out of this quarterfinal and claim a major.
It's a big night for young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
3rd and 4, throws it low. T.Y. drops it.
That was a phenomenal read, and Trini's got the lead.
40-19.
I hate losing way more than I love winning.
Oh, we have an incredible matchup. It's a rematch. Better not be the one to touchdown, Kev. He throws it high, and young Kev is going to be your champion. Can I play you again?
You want to get smacked again on TV?
Madden 18 champion.
He's finally done it.
Okay, baby, how you doing?
I've been good. You still recovering from that butt whooping?
Wow, already starting. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. As you guys know, this is Young Kiv, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kiv, y'all. Give it up. Young Kiv, how has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
It's I've always been a competitor. When I was in high school, I was playing baseball. I hurt my arm, so then I picked up Madden. And at first, I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball. That's number 1. Number 2, You said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to a tournament. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money. That's awesome.
It's not working,
now,
guys.
The past few years,
You need better
how has
writers.
it been for you? I know you had some ups and downs.
Conversation's
It's been
very
tough. I've had
bland.
a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV and got blown out. But all those losses made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's why I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of bling on that belt for you. Well, today EA Play, first look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's gonna be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not gonna board you guys. We're gonna go out. I'm gonna try to take this belt.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to board
round 2.
you guys
So,
either
We're out. Have a good day.
with my talking. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
You've worked your whole life to get to moments like these. To the very top of the mountain. You battled through the pain.
The Cowboys, really?
And failure. All just to get to this place where you've been told legends are born.
The Frostbite engine that is used in all of their sports games, except the Switch versions.
So you can rise. And you rise so that you can truly see. See that it was really never about reaching the end of the road at all. But about all the moments that got you here. So, you in their position? Would you let the moment define you? Or will you define the moment?
I don't know if it's me or my bitterness, but like I feel like the characters in all these games, they still move so stiff. Like you just can't get that mocap down to move as fluid as a real person does. Cause sometimes the way they move, the way they throw things, the way they like jump, the way they shuffle to the left and shuffle to the right, like the entire body doesn't have a fluid motion. They just look like toys moving around.
Alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez. How you doing today?
I mean, we're so far along in technology, we still can't get that right.
Differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live winner-take-all head-to-head match.
Is it a battle royale game? I'm gonna be pissed if it's a battle royale game.
The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win.
Okay,
control,
thank
super
God.
Simple. Just tap to destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant
Sick of battle royale
missile
games,
in
but
the
I'm
center of
pretty
the map.
sure EA's,
Control
or not
missile
EA, sorry, I don't
standing
mean to
on a
attack them.
majority of the
I'm
control
sure
points.
E3 is gonna have a
bar
ton of
fills
them.
up while the missile is possessed. Whoever controls the missile when the bar fills up will fire the missile.
But this is
Take
something
2
different.
missiles to destroy the enemy's base and win. That's it.
Sounds great, Michael. Well, enough talking about it. Let's get to this match.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome matchup lined up for you here today. Fighting for the
It's
blue
good stuff.
side of the room. If you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control. Yes.
Come on, guys, at least make some noise. You guys just let that poor man walk on stage without a
Fighting for
single
the
clap.
red side of the room, a competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
Like the TV show? Or the TV channel Nick at Night? That was a good play on words, alright. His name is obviously Nick. He plays at night.
Backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great
Totally.
match.
It really is. I can't wait.
All right, are the players ready? Let's get this thing going.
I've never seen two competitive people sit in front of each other with cell
Kick
phones.
this off. Nice little strategy game for those of you out there. It's a good genre. I'm very excited for this. The players are loading in, and we are ready to
into the
kick
match. Here we go.
this off. As the players' bases have been deployed and the action begins like any strategy game. Economy will be the focus. We have a harvester to start things off. Nothing too crazy yet.
Nothing too crazy.
Now the infantry is going to come out to hold that top point. Both players, of course, trying to take that position. Nick at Night being able to reach it a little bit first. In a strategy game, that flank position that In Control is going for on the top side, also very important as Nick at Night's forces have to circle around the center.
Right, let's see if he's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there. Here comes GDI with a Rhino. It's going to rip up those infantry.
Yeah, going for the anti-infantry, and like any strategy game, the units that you're going to use when you deploy them will have a huge impact. Your micromanagement of your forces and protecting that economy as well.
Yep, Nick and Knight with some attack bikes in the top. There he is.
Okay. It's a simple RTS. I kind of dig it.
That Rhino as attack bikes.
The minute they say microtransactions, I'm out.
The missile is beginning to ready. And firing that takes out half your base. The most important objective on the map is to hold those control zones.
Right, and In Control making a lot of progress to that far right side of the match.
He's done a great job of holding that down with the turret, and now he's redeploying his vehicles to the south side, bringing out more infantry to deal with the attack bikes. And as that economy ramps up, of course, we're seeing bigger, more powerful units come out. We have there the drill pod coming in the left side to help flank those
some flamethrowers. Right, absolutely. Again, those are going to tear through those infantry.
Yeah, and In Control brings out his first tank. That's going to be used to try and help push back these smaller forces as he makes his way to the south side. That missile passing halfway now. Both two zones in control of Nick at Night. He will have the missiles. We see it starts to point towards In Control's base.
Let's see if In Control can get around to that top corner, able to halt that missile. He does contest the missile, putting it into the yellow position.
Yeah, very important, of course, blocking the pathing of those units is another big factor for this strategy. Holding those locations is so crucial as In Control begins to secure the northwest spot. Another tank's going to come out from Nick at Night to take it out, but now he's bringing out the Pitbull as well to help lock down that north position.
This missile is very, very close to firing. Let's see what's going to happen.
With another turret, In Control flanks.
Ooh, Blue's going to fire.
Fires.
Off.
Wow. And Nick at Night, one shot away from being knocked out here. As the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In Control's very heavy artillery force is doing a great job at taking control of the map.
Yep.
Oh wow, he's trying to take all 3 spots.
More of Nick and Knight's
Bit greedy there.
That north position, those harvesters, of course, very crucial, very important to protect those. As your economy allows you to get these big late game units, the units are going to come out of.
You're telling me a tank and the top part right there is not overpowering those like that troop set? Come on.
Nick at Night is trying to get in there, but there's a great.
That seems like bullcrap. That seems like just a way to pad the game. But if you sent a tank, you gotta send another tank.
Another drill pod we're seeing with some flame tanks.
Yeah, bring in the flank. Of course, those flame guys do amazing damage to the infantry, help to clean that out. Meanwhile, 2 more tanks coming out from Nick at Night to try and secure those positions. He brings up the laser infantry on the south side as well to deal with that tank. Going for counters, trying to scout out and see what your opponent is doing and make the proper response is so important in strategy.
Absolutely. Nick at Night cruising around, thinking about harassing those harvesters, coming around the far side for those rhinos. Looks like he's really pressing it.
And we see that missile is starting to get close to firing with 3 zones in control for Nick and Knight, looking to set things back the other way. In Control trying to rally his forces around. He doesn't want to engage with just 1 or 2 units. He wants to move all
I'm assuming they're only watching this from one side of the cell phone because the other base is not being looked at all.
Units from In Control. This is the Wolverine. Gonna rip, and this will watch out for this missile.
And Nick and Knight's gonna fire that one off and settle for next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
This battle feels like it's scripted, or is it just me? Like, the blue had so much control, and then all of a sudden he started making mistakes. I feel like this is on purpose.
Wow. Okay, we've got our first mammoth tank on the board. If In Control can get this in position, he's going to do some serious damage.
That missile just passed halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first air unit to deal with those.
A lot going on here.
It's got a lot of range, that big boy, and In Control just needs to hold.
This missile is nearly going to fire.
It can be stolen at any.
Where is it going to go? Is he going to be able to get it off?
He's got it back.
Yeah.
He's going to take it. Defeating Nick.
This seems scripted.
That was epic. Amazing. What a match. Thank you so much.
That was awesome.
Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth tanks, so I've done my job.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That was awesome. We saw a little bit of everything.
That was a good response.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's hear it for Nathanius, Nick and Knight, and In Control. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was the worldwide reveal of Command & Conquer Rivals.
Oh wow, it's I was right. It is an RTS. It's
Rivals
Command & Conquer.
reimagines the real-time strategy experience for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices, but I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store, search Command & Conquer Rivals. The studio has been having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think. Thank you.
Not doing too bad, not doing too bad. It was a bad representation of Command and Conquer. Like, I feel like Command and Conquer is a very powerful game, but it seemed like they just dumbed it. I mean, I get it. It's a mobile game. They dumbed it down, but I don't know. I feel like there was so much more potential for it there, and they really didn't go for it. They just decided to show a quick, obviously scripted match to show you what was capable, but I'm like, if you can play a Command and Conquer match in like 3 minutes, it's not really Command and Conquer though, is it? I mean, it's not a terrible game per se, but I'm sure they'll find a way to get money out of people.
Now, before
It's
we
EA.
close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things.
Finally, the damn thing
I'm
I've been waiting
blessed
for the whole
to
time.
be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment.
Yeah?
And what I can say about all of those teams, and what I can say about us, is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so, as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice, is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly, that no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better, and that we want to make great games. And that
I feel like they're just pulling a Bungie right now, and they're just swinging for the fences about, you know, we apologize, but we want, our lives are all about making your lives better.
We come together to do amazing things is profound.
Show me Anthem and
Last
show me
weekend
better
was
than
the
Destiny.
third year of
That's
our
all I
Play
want to
to Give
know.
program, where we show the world how
Otherwise,
the power
we're
of
done.
play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday thread.
That's a good thing.
These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization, all are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give.
All good stuff.
And thank you for your support. Thousands of us at EA and millions of you together doing immeasurable good because we love games. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
Finally. Let's go. This is what I've been waiting on. The only thing I've been waiting on from them.
And left our world in chaos. Creating. Altering. Destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Superhero landing. Everybody loves a superhero landing. Well, you can go underwater a la Iron Man. That's cool. Now that looks like it could be really fun, but once again, this is a trailer, and last year they showed full gameplay footage, and the gameplay footage was not very promising. It looked very Destiny scripted. I wanted to see a little bit more gameplay.
How cool was that trailer? You guys have seen it a couple times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're gonna do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're gonna take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm gonna bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen Roussard.
Cool, we get to talk about it. Are you gonna show us some actual footage while you talk about it, please?
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for coming out today. Just got a little
After
paint
the
show,
terribleness
right?
that was a Mass Effect Andromeda,
Very
you gotta restore my
exciting.
faith here a little
Casey,
bit.
We're gonna go ahead and just jump right in and get started with you. So now we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans. So it's been super satisfying to come back to it. And, you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio. And that's kind of where it started with Anthem, is just thinking about, you know, what is the evolution of a BioWare
Seems EA
game?
really likes
And
the Xbox.
We wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, you know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where, you know, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with stories sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime,
Whether there's weather.
what we're experiencing,
That choice
we're
of words,
experiencing
man.
together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action. And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear when, from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds. When they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age, players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore, or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation. And the chaos of those things pushing against each other means that the world is constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property, or IP, as we've been saying. Now, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. And really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there, we can actually go and build out every last detail.
Yeah, and one of the unique challenges for Anthem is that it's a world, an experience that's meant to feel alive, like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing, whether the storms, seasons, and it's a really great concept to write for, because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world, almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone. And that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
I mean, all of the moving parts in the dynamic world sound really cool, the way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your character. So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy beasts.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world, because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, they've discovered a way, they think, to weaponize the Anthem of Creation. And so we need to stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally, the Storm.
Yeah, so each javelin gives you a different way
so
to
Warlock,
play the game.
Titan,
but the thing to
Hunter,
remember is, like
and
said,
a different kind of
in a
hunter.
Suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which
Got
means
it.
you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to
But they look
engage
a
in,
little
or
bit
the-
more
or the
individualized
javelins that
than
your friends
just
are using.
classes.
So
you have-
really what this allows us to do is we've built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world. So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up-close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
just gonna say the Storm looks like it's gonna be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your faves right now too.
She's a Warlock
So
player.
Javelins are
Everyone
awesome,
knows.
But we're gonna take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is gonna be from @It'sSweetNicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way their Javelin plays, through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks, both through paint.
I saw a
jobs
Mass
as well as
Effect color.
changing the actual,
There it is.
geometry
Looked
of
like the
suit
N7
itself.
armor.
We want
And there
teams
was
to be
one
able
that
to
looked
do
like an
this
Eva
well,
suit from
and because you're going to
Evangelion,
be using a
the
Javelin for a long
Evangelion,
period
the
of
anime.
time, we really want
That was
you
an
to be able to
interesting
make
color
your own.
scheme.
I'm glad you brought that up because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power. So that means
So no pay to
no
win.
ability
That's
to
good.
spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that means a main story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period of time. New story,
Whoop.
new experiences for everyone.
Stream had a little
Well,
bit of a
glad to
hiccup
hear
there.
That I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey. We talked earlier about this being a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the
People
team
like her
gameplay in Anthem
make me
work?
cringe
Yeah,
when they try
it
to
really
be
is
funny
about,
and it just
you know,
doesn't hit the
fun of
mark.
teaming up as a team of superheroes.
Just be
and
honest,
working
just be
together.
real.
So, you want to get a few people together of different classes. So, you know, I think here we're going to see the Colossus, you know, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay. If we can have a look at that. So, heavy artillery, being really strong, you know, in melee combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above. And then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because
pretty cool.
the Slate Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How about we show a little gameplay? Yeah? You guys want that? All right, so Kathleen, I think you're going to set this up for us?
I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put
Emily.
together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them
It
out.
only took 17
So
years to
you
get some
start
gameplay.
in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your Javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
Freelancer, time to get to work. Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Owen,
What's the plan here?
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Right. Checking out the Scar Camp some more.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly. There's a Shaper relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful. Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast. It's gone silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
Yep, and that was actually just a short
Please
version
stop
of the
talking.
full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem Theater here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again to Casey and the entire BioWare team. I know you guys had that awesome theater outside, so I will see you guys there.
All right.
Give it up for Casey Hudson, everybody.
I feel like I'm just not convinced with this game yet. I need a beta or something, because even that gameplay was not really gameplay, it was choice gameplay. I want to see an actual mission be played from start to end for me to make a better, justful decision.
Today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it, I get it. So, I want to let you guys know to keep your streams going because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm going to head outside and check out the games, but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
Hi guys,
So, quick thoughts before I close it out. Yeah, not really a lot to see. A lot of sports games, not really super interested in. The FIFA World Cup thing is awesome, but you know, I don't support FIFA lately due to the way they treated the Switch version. Unravel was a great surprise. I'm really interested in that. Going to see what the price is on that and see if maybe I can download that soon so I can check it out. Really want to see more about that game where the girl's the monster and she's trying to become human. Something about loneliness and depression. Seemed interesting, but I don't know if maybe she just language barrier was a difficult part to explain it or not. Anthem, it looks somewhat decent, but I'm still not sold on it. It's like you keep giving me scripted gameplay. I want to see something or give me a trial of it, some kind of beta I can join, a demo, something before I put money down on it, because I've been burned too many times. It reminds me a lot of what Destiny did, especially during their Destiny 2 launch, and I'm not willing to take that risk, so that's not going to happen. Battlefront 2, yeah, it looks like they're making some proper steps forward to try to fix everything. I mean, I don't know. Me personally, maybe if they release a full package of everything all at once, I'll probably pick it up. But as of right now, still not down with giving them support. You know, but things can change. They look like they're trying, at least for the better. Let's see if they don't make any regressive steps backwards. So that was EA's presentation. Let me know what you think. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a subscribe or a follow if this is YouTube and or Twitch. And yeah, see you guys on the next presentation. Later, guys.